welcome today. I
Yeah.
hope you're having a good day today.
Yeah.
I'm having a pretty good day. Are you having a pretty good day?
Yeah. I
What's up?
like whenever I don't work.
Right, which is today.
Yeah.
After this.
Yeah. This is work, but it's good work.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm having a pretty good morning. Off to a great start. But why don't we kick it off with our dumb ideas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My dumb idea. Okay. So, I went to Chicago for a weekend on a business trip. I
Right.
was in a show. So, I was like, we were like doing like a shower schedule so that, because there was 3 bathrooms and we were like trying to figure out who was going to shower when.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was my turn. So, I was waiting outside the bathroom with all my stuff. And I forgot that I was also waiting there to ask somebody else a question. And that'll come up in a minute, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then people get out of the bathroom and I'm like, okay, my turn. So I go in and I like turn on the shower. I get in the shower and you know what I realized first thing? I don't have a towel. And I'm in the water already.
Oh my gosh.
And so that's what I was waiting for, was
To
ask for the towels. Because like the Airbnb came with towels.
Mm-hmm.
And so for some reason I just thought that I was waiting for the bathroom, but I was actually just waiting to ask. So anyway, I'm in there and so I'm like, okay, what do I do? Because I don't have a towel. So I just decided that I was going to just like kind of drip dry because that was the best option.
Don't you know someone in this Airbnb?
I didn't have my phone
Why
In
would
the
you
bathroom.
not bring your phone?
because it was charging because it was like dead almost. So I plugged it in. So see, this is a horrible situation because I was like, I'm in the middle of nowhere. Not really the middle of nowhere. I'm in a random city that I've never been to before with people that I'm not super close with. I don't have my phone and I'm naked in the bathroom with no towel and wet. Like that it was horrible. So I was like, I'm like, there's literally nothing I can do.
Was there a blow dryer in there?
No, I looked in all the cabinets. There was no extra hand towels. There was no nothing. So what I decided that I was doing was, so I like basically sat in the bathtub for as long as I could bear it. Like after I was done with my shower, of course, for as long as I could wait. And then like I got out and like brushed my teeth and like did my hair and stuff to like try to make it go faster. And then so I was mostly dry by that point. And then I just used my pants that I was wearing before the shower to dry off the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked enough. And
Yeah.
nobody asked. Like, nobody was like, where's the towel that you used? Like, nobody did that. I was so scared that they were going to do that because I didn't have one. And so people were, like, all hanging up their towels, like, in the same spot. Like, 'cause there was, like, a million hooks in the hallway. And so, I'm not even kidding. I'm pretty sure they counted and there was, like, 52 hooks.
Oh, hooks.
Not towels.
I was like, there's literally 2 of you.
Yeah, there
Not
was
really,
like
but
52 hooks. But I was so scared that someone was going to ask and call me out. And I was going to be like, I didn't bring one in there. But nobody did, and so that was good.
Were you just like the last one to shower?
No, I was actually the first one.
Oh.
That's why I didn't have a towel. That's why I didn't know where the towels were. So I was literally the very first one to shower.
Mm.
And I was like on my level at least, because there was 3 levels in the house.
Oh, wow.
So I was the first one on my level to shower. Turns out the towels were in the bedroom the whole time.
Mm.
And I didn't know. Yeah, the towels should just be in the bathroom. It's the most convenient place for them to be.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of cabinet space for them to go in there. Because there's nothing in those cabinets.
Right.
Anyway, that was kind of really scary.
Yeah, that sucks. Whenever I like go into like the bathroom or somewhere and like there's like no toilet paper but you forgot to look, or like you forget your towel or something.
Yeah, if I had my phone, I probably would have asked someone to bring me one. I would have been like, haha, I literally forgot a towel. Please bring me one. But I didn't have my phone, and I was already wet.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't just put my clothes back on and go get one.
Yeah.
Because that would have been the worst experience ever.
Mm-hmm.
You just walk in the bathroom and like 2 seconds later come out and you're soaking wet and you're still wearing the same clothes.
Yeah.
Like, I would be so confused.
Okay, I'm trying to remember. There's no way it was a dream. Like, I swear. It was like something I did and I thought you were there. Because I remember thinking, oh, this is my dumb idea. It was just felt so like I know it happened. I guess my dumb idea is having a dream and then thinking it really happened and thought that that was my dumb idea.
That's pretty good, actually.
But I couldn't even remember what that happened in the dream.
But, like, you thought you already had a dumb idea, so you didn't have to think about what it was going to be because you thought you already knew it.
Yeah.
But
That's
it was
why
a dream.
I need to write it down. Like, it wasn't that dumb idea. The vibe it gives off is, it wasn't like an amazing dumb idea.
Mm.
But, like, it was just like, oh, there's something silly or dumb I did that I could say if I don't have anything better.
Right. So, today we're talking about space.
Yeah. How much do you know about space already? Technically today, I just wanted to talk about, like, space, the depths of the ocean, maybe, like, some prehistoric Jurassic era, maybe,
Okay.
like, Ice Age, just, like, a bunch of random little, like, things that we don't understand fully as, like, the human race, and, like, things that are, like, mysterious, and, like, things that are, like, hard to grasp that are, like, real.
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, let's get this out of the way.
Okay?
Aliens.
Oh, yeah, classic.
We've talked about aliens on the pod before.
That's deep. Let's get deeper.
I always say that. Let's do... I'm so sorry. That was not even executed properly. I was trying to say, and I've always said that, like that. But instead I would just say, I always say that, but like in a really awkward... I'm sorry.
Anyways.
Okay.
I fully believe that aliens are real.
Okay. But you think they're like creatures and you don't think they're like humans.
I mean, I think they could be, but I'm just saying it doesn't have to be the classic humanoid creatures
Right,
that are
like-
like smarter than us.
Right.
It could be literally any living thing. Because, like, literally... Okay, I guess... I'm not going as far as just living, like, plants. Because I don't think that would be considered an alien. Because that's just, like, a part of the planet to me.
Right. It would... Right.
Like, something that has, like... I don't know, because there are some creatures here that, like, don't have brains that are, like, considered animals and stuff. I don't know, but I'm sure everyone catches my drift. Like, not like
Yeah.
a plant part of the earth, kind of, like, part of the planet kind of thing, but, like...
Like
something-
coral, how it's like alive. Or not coral, but like sea anemones, like how it's like...
Yeah, things
alive,
like
but
just
it doesn't...
living organisms. Yeah, because plants aren't organisms, are they?
I have absolutely no clue.
Okay. Living organisms. Because, like, there's no way there's not another planet that can't support life.
Yeah.
In the vast space,
Yeah, for me,
literally you're lying.
it's... Okay, so my stance on aliens is I do believe it's possible. And I'm not, like, saying that they're not real.
Mm-hmm.
However, I have a hard time just like imagining just like other things existing with
Yeah.
us. Like it just like they're existing, but we'll never see them, and they're just away from us.
Mhm.
Like obviously that's possible.
Yeah.
Well, I guess not obvious, but like I do believe that's possible.
Yeah.
But it's just like really hard to wrap my head around, so I'm not like, yes, I believe there's aliens there, and yes, I believe they're gonna try and contact us and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's just really hard to like imagine that. I've never been to space. I have no intention of going
Yeah.
into space.
It's hard to grasp that we're just on a floating rock in space.
Yeah, like right now.
Yeah, we're just sitting in a room that's in a house, that's in a town, that's in a city, that's in a that's in a state, that's in a country, that's on a continent, that's floating in the water, that the water's floating on a rock. It's floating in space.
And I've always said that.
I've always said that. But isn't that just crazy? Like, I'm looking out a window right now, and I'm looking at the sky. So I'm looking at like millions of stars right now. I'm looking at millions.
You're looking
of
in the
balls,
direction, but you're
I'm
not.
looking
you can't
at-
see them.
millions of floating balls of gas that don't even exist right now, because they've already exploded and they're gone.
True.
That's unbelievable to me.
Because we can see something that's not there.
Every star we see is like already gone.
Okay,
Like, how does
well, not
that
everyone,
happen?
not all of them,
I know, but basically.
but also
Also, why are there so many floating balls of gas? What is that? And also, whenever people go up into space, how do they not get hit with these floating balls of gas that are stars? Oh wait, they're gone.
and also
But don't more
that's like sun. The
come
sun,
back.
they don't move.
Okay.
So how would they get hit?
Because you can't just control where your freaking rocket goes or whenever you're like going out floating.
I thought.
But
I
like
don't think
how
you'd get
do
hit by a star.
but
I
like
think
how
you
do
would get
people go
burned.
up there? This is crazy. I've never thought about this before. How do people go up there in a rocket? But then there's no stars to be seen where they're at, except for still in the distance.
Because they're so far apart.
How did they not have?
Like-
How have they not seen one?
They're ginormous. They've seen them. They just can't get close enough to like freaking. You can't land on a star. You will burn.
But
It's
how
the
have you
sun.
not accidentally come across a star?
I'm sure they have.
Why have we not heard of it?
Because
Why
they
don't
probably
we-
burned alive up there.
There are videos of people going into space. So why all the videos there's only blackness and then still just stars in the distance like the freaking night sky?
Because
I know that there's millions of them out there. I'm just
No,
saying,
I'm
why
saying-
aren't there some still around them?
because
when
they
there's so
can't
many.
get close enough.
But with how many
Because
that's
they're
up there,
hot.
shouldn't there be so many?
Okay. I feel like I'm confused with what you're saying because I don't. One of us
Because-
is not getting it.
Because if we can see them, we can also see the sun, and that's a star, but it's just
Yeah.
a giant star.
No, the sun is one of the smallest stars. Stars are huge,
No.
and they're bigger than our sun.
The sun is one of the smallest suns. Suns are giant stars. That's what I learned.
All stars are suns.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Stars are floating balls of gas, but suns are just giant stars.
I don't think they're like small by any means.
Well, I'm not saying that stars are small like that.
Right.
I'm just saying suns are the biggest stars.
Okay. I realize that you're saying that, and I maybe
And that's why
Didn't-
I'm so
I may have
confused of why you can't
misinterpreted.
just see the stars when you're floating around in space.
are all stars suns. Okay. Not all stars are suns, but the sun is a star. The word sun often used to describe a star that is at the center of a planetary system. So is our sun a big star or normal star? The sun is not an average star. It's more. Oh my gosh, wait, okay. I apologize. You were right. It's more massive than about 70% of the stars we know about. Okay, but that doesn't mean it's like 70. It's not 70% larger. It's just 70%.
But I think, well, every single star is just obviously different sizes.
But also, it's still like
I understand what you're saying.
planetary, like, size.
I understand what you're saying, that they're like so far apart and like you can't get close to them. But like, how have we not just seen them?
I'm
like,
sure.
how can we see so many of them? And we have the sun, but there's not one within our. There's not just one other star in our little Milky Way. Not Milky Way. There's not one little. Wait. There's not another star, like, just sitting next to the sun?
No,
Why?
because it's a solar system.
Why can't there be stars in the solar system other than one?
Because another one wouldn't probably fit.
Why won't it fit?
Okay, if there was 2 stars in our solar system, Earth would be like so much hotter. Because then there would be 2 sources of heat.
It doesn't have to be another sun.
But they're all still hot.
Yeah.
And yes, it would be smaller because our sun is big. But like
So where are all of they?
far.
Where are they?
I think.
Why are there?
That I don't
How
know.
can we see so many of them?
Are you conspiring that they're fake?
No, we can see them. What? We can literally see them.
Yeah. Seeing is believing.
Real. But like and I know that space is just so big, it's just like hard to comprehend that there's so many that I can see sitting here. But when you go up into space, they're still just as far away.
Mm-hmm. Because all of them are far away. Like, when you get close to one, all of them are going to be far away still, probably.
Yeah.
Like, they're probably, like, not close together at all. Maybe they are, I don't know.
But why are they all the same size? And why are they just covering the sky?
They're not all the same size.
Well, they look like they're all the same size.
Hmm.
And also, some of the freaking planets pretend to be stars up there. How does that work?
Because the stars reflect light off of them.
Just freaking see-through? Wait, I don't get it.
Because it's reflective like our moon.
Mm.
Like the planets are reflective.
Is Earth reflective?
Maybe.
Because so much water? I'll bet.
Maybe it is. Because I don't know if you can see every planet as a star.
No, I don't think you can.
Every planet in our... I don't think you can see every planet in our
Which one
solar
is the
system,
one that's
maybe.
like so close to the moon all the time? Venus or something?
Let's see, it goes... Mercury first?
Isn't it Mercury, Mars, Earth?
That's
Aren't
what I
we
was...
the third?
That's what I was thinking. But I don't know.
It's been so long.
I feel like Mars
since
is on the other side of Earth, though.
No.
Okay,
Mars is closer
So
to the
then
sun.
Venus is the other
Because Mars is way more hot than...
And then Jupiter, and then...
Yeah.
I forgot all
How
of
are
them.
things so... like that is so far away? It's crazy. But we can still see it.
I know, because they're massive. Okay, here's one thing I learned about space, and I don't actually know if it's, like, true or not. But, like... Because, like, I've never looked it up, but I've always just kind of heard it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that space is literally endless? But also, how would we know that?
Real.
How would we know that it's endless? And
If we
not
haven't
just...
been to the end of it.
Yeah, and not just, like, really, really big.
Yeah. Just, like, because we thought that the freaking Earth ended, but we think that space is endless.
That's why that's the only reason why I'm, like, kind of doubting that that's a real fact, or if that's just, like, speculation, or what, or if I made that up. But I don't think I made that up. But, like, is that a theory, or is that,
Well, you
like,
just
proven?
made it one.
Hmm?
Oh, is it a theory that space is endless?
Mm-hmm.
Well, something that has stuck with me since high school is I took the science class, and the teacher always said science can never be proven.
Why?
Wait, let me make sure I'm getting that right. Yeah. Wait, no.
It's nothing can be scientifically proven. Because I know that you and Sierra would say that all the time.
Yes.
Every
yeah.
single time I would like try to be telling you guys something and be like, how do you know? And I'd be like, it's like scientifically proven. And then you guys would look at each other and look at me and go, nothing can be scientifically proven.
Yeah, because we were trauma bonded by that class.
Okay, but
We
also,
didn't say it to get you. We said it because when people say that, all we can think of is it being drilled into our minds that nothing can be scientifically proven.
do you think that's an act? Okay, so can you explain to me why?
No.
Okay. So then do you think that's an actual, like, thing? Is that nothing can be scientifically proven? Or do you think that's, like, a Christian thing? That, like, nothing can be scientifically proven?
What does that even mean?
Okay, because I can kind of see it both ways.
Like science can't prove anything?
So, the way I take that is that the teacher was saying, or the class was saying, that, like, say for instance, you, like, ask somebody over and over and over again what, their favorite color is.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, so you've asked them so many times and they gave you the same answer every time.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, they're lying to you about what the favorite color is, or, like, it's not actually the right answer. So, but you're still gonna keep getting the same answer, and so scientifically, you have proven that their favorite color is green because every single time you ask, they say green, but it's actually blue. Kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm kind of taking that as. That's just the only way that sentence makes sense to me.
Like nature's lying to us?
Or not necessarily lying. Maybe that was a bad example. I was just trying to explain what I was thinking. But, like, not lying, but, like, coincidentally, every time you walked into the room, the light turned on.
I see.
So scientifically, you walking into the room turns on the light.
Mm.
But maybe it was just a coincidence that you walked in at the same time of day and it's on a timer.
Yeah. Backtracking, because back to the thing of how can we prove that space is endless or not?
Mm-hmm.
How did we know that the stars are gone already? Like, where did that come from? Someone literally just made that up because we can't see that happen.
No, probably because, okay. I mean, obviously,
We don't know
everything
what
we say right now,
any
everything
star
we
is
say
made of.
is
So they
gonna
can't
be-
just be like, well, if the star's made of this, that happens like this on Earth.
We know what stars are made of.
How do we know?
I don't.
How do we know?
I don't know.
What if every freaking star is made out of something different?
Maybe.
Because there are literal planets made out of different substances. And they come up on stars.
Maybe they can tell. Maybe they can tell. Like, because of its
But they-
reaction to the atmosphere, and they know what that does.
But not every single star up there
So it
we
kind of
can
gets to the point.
calculate.
So, like, the whole thing about, like, scientifically proven and stuff. Like, we can't scientifically prove that every star is made of the same thing. Or what they're even made of at all. Right?
Mhm.
But, like, it gets to the point where you just have to, like, trust that it's the same as what you know. You know, if it's like, well, we know the sun is made of gas because of the way it reacts to the vacuum of space. Because on Earth, when we create a vacuum and put gas in there, it does the same thing that the sun does, kind of thing. I made that up, but like, so it's like, but what if the vacuum and the gas are different than the space and the sun? Okay, yes, but like, maybe we just have to trust that it's the same here on Earth as it is in space, kind of thing.
Mhm.
Because yeah, it could be different. There could be, like, the freaking atmosphere could be the end of the world and everything else is fake. Like, the Earth could be the only thing in existence and space is just a lie. That could be true, because you and I are never going up there, and there's no way we are going to prove that space is real or fake, you
Mhm.
know? But you just kind of have to believe.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, there's just so many things that you just kind of have to, like, trust is real. Because, like, I'm never going to go see what stars are made of.
Well, yeah.
So I'm just going to have to trust that these scientists are telling the truth and know what they're doing. And know how to calculate space.
Mhm.
This is vast space. I think that would be kind of cool to go in space, but I wouldn't want to actually do it. Like,
I wouldn't want to go through the training and go up in a rocket, but I want to be in space.
right? Like, I'd want to be there, like, on vacation.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to live in space. That sounds horrible.
Yeah, that sounds actually like hell.
It sounds terrifying because you are making a false place for you to live.
Mhm.
And so it's like, it
And it
can
could-
just malfunction and
Yeah,
then you
break
die.
down any second.
Yeah. Because it's not, like, natural and it's not.
Mhm.
Like, when you're in space, if the single crack goes in the atmosphere that you've created for yourself, you're all, like, dead, like, immediately. And so you don't have time to fix it. No, living in space would be so sad because I like Earth. I like our
Mhm.
plants and stuff.
Yeah, why? Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, why aren't there any other, like, plants on other planets? But it's because it's the only one that can give life
Yeah.
in our
The way
solar
that we
system.
do it, yeah. Because, like, there's no water or oxygen anywhere, so
Mhm.
plants can't survive. But, like, didn't they literally find a plant
Where?
on Mars? Or did I make that up? Was that fake?
I mean, I'm sure it was fake.
I thought
Because how?
there was, like, a little plant. I don't know. Maybe space plants don't need oxygen and water. Maybe
Yeah.
Mars plants need Mars dirt and vacuum of space.
Yeah.
Wait, do other planets have atmospheres? Like ours?
Some of them do.
Right, that's how you're able to walk on them. There's no oxygen because there's no plants.
Yeah. Oh, that's why people are saying, like, if you just, like, put... Like, if you, like, plant a bunch of plants on one of them and then, like, have cows or whatever, then, like, you'll live.
But you know why we should not do that? It's because our plants and cows, and then you'll live. Sorry. I didn't register what you just said. If we take too much of our resources off the earth, then we won't. Well, if it goes till forever, then we'll just lose everything because it'll all be on Mars. But also, you could like throw off like the balance of like the earth if you like take off everything. I made that up, but that would be scary. Like you just like take stuff off earth, like off of earth, and then like the freaking world is like unbalanced because there's like it's now missing a piece of it.
Well,
Because everything on earth, I don't think that would happen
like
either, but
magnetically stuck, not weight stuck.
right, true. I just that's like an irrational fear of mine.
That the earth is gonna become unbalanced.
When I was younger, I was so scared that Disney World was adding more and more stuff because I thought they were gonna weigh down the side of the earth.
That's really crazy.
When I was little. But also because like nothing can be created or destroyed on Earth because we have all of like our stuff. Like if we take things from space and put them here, like if we like freaking started digging up giant holes on Mars and brought like a bunch of Mars dirt here, like lots of it, to like fill in the ocean, parts of the ocean. For some reason, I'm making this scenario up. Then that would be like horrible for Earth, I think.
Yeah.
Because then we would.
I'm trying to figure out where the point of the story is. Or are you just saying stuff?
Just saying stuff, I think. Okay. Yep. How many things do we have in space? Like a lot? Are we freaking polluting space too?
Oh, yeah.
Why do we suck like that?
Because the human race is the worst.
I agree. I know that there's like satellites up there. Is there like space stations up there?
Yes.
Like people live there?
Yeah.
In space?
Well, it's not like they live there, but like they're up there. Like living for an amount of time.
Why do they do that?
Maybe not literally 24/7 there's someone living up there, but we're also not the only country that has stuff up there.
Right, I'm just talking about the Earth in general.
Yeah, the Earth has like probably way too many things just like circling it.
So then bring that stuff back down here. Maybe that's part of why the Earth is horrible, because we're missing resources that's in space.
Metal.
Yeah, we need that stuff for things.
The Earth doesn't just stop growing what you pluck out.
Kind of. Because then it doesn't have that anymore to go back into the Earth.
Then how did it get here in the first place?
When the Earth began.
How did it begin?
Okay, you and I both know that everyone has a different opinion on that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like...
How'd it begin?
If the Earth created it in the first place, it can do it again.
No, it can't, because nothing can be created or destroyed.
Then how did it get created? You can't
Listen
follow
to me.
that, but not have, like, a backup of how it got created.
That's, like, a thing.
To who?
Scientists.
Okay. And what?
And what? Okay.
They can't scientifically prove that something can't just...
Yes.
Earth can't just decide to grow something.
Yes, because it needs the resources to grow it.
Scientifically.
So then magically...
It doesn't have to be magical.
It's either magic or science. Science. There's no, like...
It can be science, but it doesn't have to be scientifically following the rules.
Otherwise, it's magic.
No.
Yes, because if it's not following the rules of science, then it's not science. It's magic.
Okay, fine.
Because science has rules. We find new rules all the time, but if it doesn't create a new rule or follow the rules, then it's magic. Because if you're just if
so then it
just
can create a
something
new
comes
rule
out of nothing, that's magic.
So Earth is magic.
Like if what you're saying is right, then Earth is magic. Because if the Earth can just decide to make like a chunk of metal out of literally nothing, and it's just like
it can
spawns
have
there.
the materials, but
that's the materials. That's science. That's
what creates metal.
I don't know the scientific compound or like the formula for metal.
Well, it's not like we're gonna have 0% those materials.
No, I know, but if you take it away, it has less.
Yeah, but it's gonna be growing more as we take it.
If you take away the materials, okay, sure. If you take away the cake, you'll still have eggs and flour.
Literally,
but if you take away all the eggs, you won't have any more cake.
There is literally no way that we can take away something on the earth before like part of the earth, because like I know there's extinct animals, but like there's no way we can like take all of the oak trees in the world out before a new one can't grow.
But there would be significantly less, and it would never get to more. Like, you would be, like, taking out the max amount. You'd be, like, lessening the max amount.
Yeah, but they would still be here.
Yes, but less, and that's bad.
Why is it bad, though?
Because the earth is balanced with all of its things. It's supposed to be, until humans mess with it and make plastic that can't break down into its other forms to
Yeah, plastic doesn't make any sense.
Turn back into the world so the world can use those resources.
Because how can we take something from the earth, create it, and then it can't be put back into the earth?
Because we suck.
Like, how did we create something so bad for the earth from the earth?
Chemical reactions. Maybe they took it from space. Maybe plastic is from space.
Probably.
That's actually a good point. But also, humans are from Earth.
So we think.
We're from space.
We're probably the freaking aliens that corrupted the planet.
Honestly, that might have happened.
I would believe that.
Is that a theory already?
I just made it if it's not. Because that would make so much sense. But I don't want to stop thinking about sadness. Let's go back to other theories. Because almost every theory of, like, life and, like, Earth and space and everything always circles back to humans are awful. And it makes me depressed.
Basically, everything ever circles back to humans are awful. Mm-hmm. You can talk about literally anything, and I guarantee you will be able to trace it back to humans are awful.
Literally.
Literally everything. Anything you mention.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
so
bad.
For us.
Yeah.
I wish I was freaking on the earth as not a human.
I want to, like, go back to nature and, like, be, like, out of civilization and, like, just, like, find my resources in, like, the woods and, like, just be there. Because I think that would heal me.
That's why the earth a little bit. I want the apocalypse to happen.
It would be great for the earth after. After the apocalypse is done, the earth would thrive so good.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Forever, I think. For a little bit?
forever,
The Earth itself.
right?
Yeah. You mean like until the
There's still
sun?
gonna be humans after the apocalypse.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, yes, yes. If all
And-
humans went away,
Oh,
oh my
my
gosh.
gosh.
The
The
Earth-
Earth like would actually like weep.
of happiness?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Earth would have a big sigh of relief. Mother Nature would just
Oh
be
my
overjoyed,
gosh.
and there would be just like,
The animals would freaking be singing the tunes.
yes,
Extinct animals would probably come back from the dead of happiness.
vines and greenery would take over the buildings.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, I literally love the way that like looks and feels.
Yeah.
Like greenery, just like,
vibrant, luscious greenery.
yes. Oh my gosh. The world would heal itself.
Yep.
Because I think it can heal itself right now. We're
Oh,
just
yeah.
still making it worse. We just
Yeah.
keep making it bad, like it's like fixing itself,
Because
but we're
we're
still making it
actively
worse.
doing the things that is bad for the earth.
Yeah,
It's trying to heal while we're still destroying it.
right. And it's great that it has natural healing properties. Otherwise, we would have been gone long time ago.
Yeah, we would probably not have existed.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if this is real. You mean you and I?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if this is real, but I also learned this when I was younger. That lightning cleans the air.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when it strikes, it's like cleaning it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, like, cool.
Yeah.
It's, like, depolluting.
Everything about the earth is just to help the earth.
Yeah. And-
Maybe, like, giant storms, like, maybe Earth created that on purpose.
You mean, like, Mother Nature was like, you guys suck.
Yeah,
Storm
maybe,
on
like,
you.
Mother Nature was, like, created storms and, like, tornadoes and, like, things like that to fight back against humans.
So you don't think there was storms before humans?
Yeah,
if you believe in a world
Yeah.
before humans?
If all of this is theoretical.
Right, of course. You know, I think the biggest problem with us theorizing things is we can't decide which
where
basis
yeah.
we're starting from.
But that's fine.
That is totally fine. It's
Every
just like we
theory's
can't
a
really
new world.
yeah. We can't really like build off of it so much because we won't specify
Yeah.
which beginning we're talking about.
I don't even know.
Girl, that's my least favorite part about being alive is not knowing.
How it started.
Is the not knowing. It's the not knowing what's after death, and no one can know. Like literally no one can tell you.
How? Because there are people who have died
Mhm.
and then come back to life from like CPR or medicine or whatever the heck.
Mhm.
So like, I don't like. To me, it doesn't make sense of how. Like what happened to them when they were dead.
So then that poses the question, 1, do souls even exist? Like, do we have souls? Or is it just meat in here working?
Ew.
You know?
What are souls? Like just.
Souls are just like a spiritual
Mm.
thing. Like,
And souls.
do people who are not spiritual believe in souls? Or is that just like a
I think it's
religious
just-
thing?
I don't think it's just religious, but like, I don't think people.
Like
I
that's
think
like a spiritual
souls
thing.
are a similar thing to like ghosts. Maybe.
Yeah, I think a soul, because like that's what ghosts would be.
Mm-hmm. This is a soul.
Yeah, just like a soul, because there's nothing else, and like
So
you would sell
technically-
your soul to the devil and stuff like that.
Right.
Like,
So technically, ghosts don't have to look like us.
no, they could look like nothing.
Because who knows what souls look like?
Yeah.
Maybe souls are what angels are supposed to look like biblically. Maybe we have like 50,000 eyes and like
Yeah.
weird.
I actually
limbs.
love depictions of like biblically accurate angels. I think those are so fun. And like I really like the image of like a bunch of rings with eyes on it. I think that's just like so
Oh, yeah.
cool. From a biblical standpoint, people think that some people, I guess, think that when you die, you kind of just like are in a waiting period.
Mm.
And then like Judgment Day is one day for everybody. And that's like when that's like the end of the world day. Which when I was younger, when I heard Judgment Day, I just thought that was like the day of your death. Like when you die is your personal judgment day. But I have since learned that like that's not what that means, and to some people I guess cuz it's all up to interpretation because it's not clear.
Mm-hmm.
That it's like one day. So then you're like you're like in a waiting period where you don't feel time pass, I feel like sleeping.
Okay.
I guess. Obviously nobody knows. But also, if you're coming at it from like a non-biblical standpoint, what the frick happens? Like when you die and like come back to life or just die. Like I could not like freaking
Yeah,
tell
people.
you. And like I said, that's my least favorite part about living is
Yeah, literally.
you
what
don't
happens.
know. You don't know. And it's the one thing that everyone wants to know so badly.
That is the one. That's like the number one question of living.
It's
is
what
what
happens.
happens after you die.
You know what I saw? This post that said, "Why is everyone so afraid of what happens after death? You've already experienced nothingness before you were born. So why are you so afraid of it?" And I was like, you know what? That's true.
Maybe there's a reason we're afraid of it though.
Ew, don't freaking say that.
Because like, what if the nothingness wasn't nothingness?
You know,
Then what if our souls are remembering what happened before?
okay,
And we're about to go back to that.
I was about to say that it's comforting when I think about that, but you just scared me so bad. But also, I think it's just like religious fear mongering.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I think that we're not born being scared of death because kids don't comprehend it and they're not scared.
Yeah.
Until you make them scared.
Yeah, because I'm not really scared. Like, I think I'm more curious than I am scared of what happens after death.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only scared of dying.
Yeah.
Because I'm
would
scared
agree.
of, like, pain.
Yeah. I'm scared. I think I agree with that. I'm not worried about the after part. I'm just, worried about
Because when
the action of
when you
having
die,
to die.
like, you're dead.
Mm-hmm. And
Whatever happens after, and you can't control that.
right. Like I can't, like nothing I do is gonna,
Yeah.
like, change it.
But, like, dying, I think, is the scary part. Because then you could be in pain. You could be then thinking of, like, oh, am I going to remember any of this? Am I going to, like, what's going to happen now? Kind of thing. But, like, before you're dying, I'm not, like, scared of what happens after.
Yeah.
Because I can't really be scared of something I don't know anything about.
Mm-hmm. That's true. But that is the scary part, is the not knowing. It's not the being scared it's gonna be this or being scared it's gonna be that. It's I'm scared because I know nothing.
But then why worry about it? Because, like,
But I don't think
you're just stressing yourself out and worrying about something you can't control and you don't know anything about and you'll never know.
Right. I think it's more of just annoying to me
Mm.
that I don't know.
How deep are we about to go?
I don't know.
I obviously well, not obviously, but I grew up,
Well, obviously in the context of how we have been talking.
yeah,
So.
grew up like in a Christian household.
Mhm.
And so basically my whole life I've been taught like the Christian ways of life and how it was created and what happens after we die and all this stuff. And I almost feel like, because, well, almost my whole life I've been questioning that.
Mhm.
And I feel like everyone does. It's like even people who stay religious and stay Christians their whole lives, like,
Mhm.
still have doubts and still think, like,
At some point.
at some point, maybe
Not
there's a certain
currently.
point
Yeah.
there where they. But my whole life, it's been, like, different for me, at least, because, like, my questioning is always different than, like, the people I know that are Christians. Because, like, they
You
always
have different experiences.
tell me that, like, every Christian has doubts, you just have to get through them. But then whenever we express each other's doubts to each other, theirs are not as deep cut as mine. And they're like, everyone has doubts, even if they're, like, big or small. And, like, they tell me theirs, and I'm like, okay, well, can't relate because...
They're not thinking that it's not true.
Mm-hmm.
They're just thinking, why isn't this working?
Yeah.
Or why, like, am I just not going deep enough into
Yeah.
this? And yeah, which is...
Yeah, something like that. But, so, like, I don't know, in the past year or two, I've been, like, you know, I haven't been having any of those thoughts of truthness or whatever. And I've been thinking about all these other religions and all these others, like, ways of how things were created, but literally not a single one that I have seen or heard about makes sense. Like,
Nobody
none of them,
has all the answers.
like, no way of how we were created or how Earth was created. Like, it doesn't, like, I'm like, there's no, like, how, it just, nothing makes sense. And so it's, like, so strange to be, because, like, almost everyone is like, you have to have something to believe in. Like, there has to be some kind of faith you follow. And I'm like, but I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there is not one that I'm like, yeah, that makes so much sense. And, like, the closest one is Christianity, but that's probably only because my whole life has been built off that. And so everything I've been taught has been built off that mindset.
Mm-hmm.
But if I wasn't, it could be any other religion that I was brought up in that
Mhm.
would be the closest thing for me to believe.
Right.
It's because the people around me believe that,
Mhm.
and our minds follow what others say.
True.
And, like, because, like, I've been like, oh, maybe there's, like, some other, like, freaking Mother Nature, for example, maybe that can be believable, but I don't believe in that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually believe that there's, like, Greek gods, or, like, I don't believe that, like, there's, like, some spiritual Mother Nature that's, like, creating all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's just nothing I can comprehend that I believe in.
Do you think that maybe you're just not religious at all, you're not spiritual, you're just not going to think about that? Or do you think that maybe you just haven't found the right one?
Well, it's not like I'm closing off all religion and everything, but, like, it's not like I'm searching for the answers.
Yeah.
Because genuinely, I don't think I care.
That's totally fair. And I
Because
Yeah.
I don't want to spend my whole life following something that might not be true.
Mhm.
I mean, my whole life now is pretty much like an open book. I think it's like closed book that the title gives away what happens at the end. I think that's what my book is called, and that's what everyone reads. It's just they don't want to pick it up.
They don't want to pick it up because they don't want to know why. They don't want to indulge.
They just
You know what?
they just know the end of the story, and that's good enough.
I think. Wait, that's beautiful.
But anyways, that got like so deep so quick. I feel like.
Yeah, you were like, that's so funny. You were like, let's talk about something fun, and then we talked about religion.
Yeah. But
It's kind of, yeah. Oh, I know what I was gonna say.
mm,
You were talking about like your life being a closed book with the title,
yeah.
giving everything away. I think my book is like intriguing. It's closed, but I keep trying to sell it. but when people ask for the price, I go away. Like I stop selling it to them.
Interesting.
Like, cause I think that I want to be an open book, and I want people to like
read it.
know me
Mm-hmm.
and know everything about me, but I'm so scared of being the wrong thing
Mm-hmm.
that I don't want them to actually see it.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm pretty good at like giving off the impression that I could be anything. Like whenever I'm talking to someone and I don't know what they believe.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to be disrespectful to them, even though it's not disrespectful, but I don't want to like make them uncomfortable by saying something that they don't agree with.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they will be saying things that I don't agree with.
Right.
Left and right. But it makes me a little uncomfortable, and I don't want to make them uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And so I try to remain as like neutral as I possibly can. Like still not agreeing with things I don't agree with, but like not shooting them down necessarily
Yeah.
to a certain extent. But like I wish that I could just
Speak your own
say what I think, and I can do that with some people, but like with new people it's just always really scary.
Yeah.
Which it's like at that point it shouldn't matter, but like everyone around me, you assume that they're gonna be similar,
Yeah.
and so it's like I just don't want to. You have to kind of like test the waters before you say something too outlandish.
Yeah. That book analogy is actually like a really good way of explaining life sometimes.
Yeah. You know what's actually really funny? That's kind of what my poem is about.
Really?
Yeah.
Should we do them right now then?
Poems. Gotta get them poems. Can we do that again?
No. We wrote our 50th poem today. No, I'm just kidding.
Has it even been 50?
I don't know.
It's
how
only
long
been...
it's been. But, okay. My poem is, I think...
And I've always said that.
I was going to say the last time we did this, my poem also still wasn't finished.
Mm-hmm. It still sounded finished to me.
Okay. I guess this could still sound finished too, but it's called The Visitation.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know how poemy this is going to sound, but...
It's okay, mine's not gonna sound poemy either.
Yeah. Come take a peek. It's all out to sea. Not a thing I got to hide, even if I tried. Doesn't matter if it's true, doesn't matter if it's false. All you want's a story, and my God, I have them all. I could have told them all myself if we had communication. Not a single secret left, it's all for visitation. No more love is in my sights, just the red of all your eyes, staring down at me as you walk past and I sleep in your lies. Oh, come take a peek, it's all out to sea.
Okay. Fancy. That sounded really like fun. Kind of scary.
Yeah.
Little. Oh, would you want to like dive into the meaning, or do you want to move on?
I mean, I don't know.
Do you want to like share your inspiration?
I
for
wrote
it?
that like a long time ago.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's kind of a little bit, I guess, connects with my book thing too. Is like people only see what they want to see. Like they see the title and they're like, okay, I already know that story. Moving on.
I already know that story. I'm gonna leave.
And I'm like, okay.
Okay. Okay, mine. I'm scared. I'm scared. So my poems never rhyme. Whenever I write them, I think they are more of letters.
Cute.
I think I just have or like diary entries.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no rhythm, or it's just like a monologue.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm nervous. It's called But Still You Wait. I've grown familiar with being unseen, with putting myself in front of people only for them to look right through me. But when you came along and looked right into my eyes, I can't look back into yours. Your careful gaze feels too heavy on my skin, so I choose to hide away, putting my outsides as far in as they will go. It's uncomfortable, but it's safe. I wish I didn't have to carry myself in such a way. I dream of showing you what I see in the mirror, but it's all too new and unexplored. You can see the way I've contorted myself and offered a hand in unraveling my barrier, but my arms are stuck and I won't reach out. But still, you remain by my side. I see you there, trying to help me, waiting until I feel comfortable. Neither of us know if that day is tomorrow or in another timeline, but still, you wait. That's the end.
Wow.
That's so scary. And now I am so stressed out of my mind, and I feel like I've run a mile.
Whoa.
My heart is like beating.
Oh my gosh. Well, it was good.
Thanks.
Did you want to talk about that one?
I can, yeah. So it's basically just about how I'm just like freaking embarrassed all the time. Okay, it's about how, so the seeing me is not about like actually ignoring me. It's about understanding me and wanting to hear more of my story and what's going on in my head. And then the you is you. And then the seeing me and wanting to help me is like being like, I want to know why, like I don't want you to be like uncomfortable around me and stuff. Like when I'm still embarrassed to do things in front of you even.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like horrible and I hate that I feel that way. But I chalk that up to the fact that like it's not I'm not used to that. And so it's like if everyone else is going to be like dismissive and like not want to do anything further, then like what makes you different?
Mm-hmm.
Like why would that be any different? And so it's like I know that it's different, but it's not. I'm just scared to expose myself. Like scared to give myself away only to get it given back. Like yeah. But like rationally I know that like you're there and trying to help, but like I'm the thing holding myself back.
Mm-hmm.
Is what that is about.
Wow. Beautiful. Okay, back to... Okay, something I really want to talk about is the ocean.
Yes.
Because I literally love talking about the ocean.
Do you have an initial topic?
No.
I do.
Oh.
Similarly to how we opened the topic of space, what do you think about mermaids?
Oh. I feel like we've also talked about this at
We
some
have,
point.
but we can like it's just to get us going.
I don't think. um, I don't know, cause what defines a mermaid? Because aliens, the definition is just living creatures outside of our planet.
Mm-hmm.
But mermaids, what makes them a mermaid?
Okay, good point.
Like human fish combined, or
Because I think that if mermaids are
Humanoid?
real, mermaids, sirens, like the whole thing about like luring you into the ocean and to eat you.
mm-hmm.
I think that if mermaids are real, they don't look like humans.
Right.
They would look like alien, like sea creatures on the
Mhm.
top half, but like kind of like I think they would look less like a half fish, half human, and more like a fish with arms
Ew.
and a head,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like the tail to torso thing wouldn't have like a clear cut,
Mm-hmm.
and it would still be like fishy and like scaly and like
Yeah.
have like arms like an animal would have arms.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe like tentacles like an octopus.
Mm.
But like have like a head like an angler fish head
Ew.
kind of thing. That's what I'm
Yeah.
imagining. Kind of like Luca.
Oh. Okay.
Like Luca's kind of like he's a fish. He's not like a human.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like a sea monster.
Yeah, like a sea monster like but more scary and fish like and
Yeah.
because if mermaids are real, then they would be in the depths.
Yeah. And
So they would be
everything down there's ugly.
ugly. So mermaids would be ugly and terrifying.
Yeah.
And that's why they have to lure you in with their song,
Mm-hmm.
which would not be too far out of the realm of possibilities because birds can sing.
Mm-hmm. And birds can sound like humans.
True. And also, frogs can sing. Did you know that?
Don't know. If I knew
Some
that or
frogs can sing. And those are like semi-aquatic.
not. Yeah.
And so therefore, things in the ocean can sing also. Therefore, mermaids are real.
Wow. Just proved it.
Just proved it.
Yeah. I can get behind that, but I think I believe in aliens more than I believe in mermaids.
Yeah, I would agree. I wish the classic mermaids were real. That would be so cool.
That would be weird.
That'd be so cool. But
You
also,
want to be in love with one?
shush, yes.
Whoa.
Everyone does.
I don't really want to be in love
I
with
want to
a
be in love with
fish.
but it would be a half human.
You can't do anything.
Well, you
With
don't
them.
know that, and also that's not the only thing.
Yeah. Like, it'd be fun, but, like, in the long run, they have to live in the water.
Yeah, so you would get to live like on a beach house
You'd barely
where
get
you'd
to
go
see
get
them.
to see them. No, it'd be like a semi. It'd be like when they go back into the ocean. It'd be like them going off to work, kind of thing, like
Oh.
like how humans. Like you don't see your significant other all day every day because they go off to work. So that's why I'm saying the equivalent of like time wise, them going in the ocean, and then you. So then you would freaking get to spend all your time on the ocean,
Mm-hmm.
like with your significant other that is a mermaid. That's so cool. You get to be like oh my gosh, that's so cool, like a pirate.
Yeah.
Okay, I wish mermaids were real in the same way that I wish vampires were real.
Mm. Vampires are fun.
Vampires are so fun.
Yeah.
But also, vampires can turn you into a vampire. Mermaids can't do that
True.
classically.
Yeah.
Maybe they can, because mermaids are probably not real, the ones that we're thinking of right now. And so, we can make up our own rules.
Right. But
Yeah.
anyways, other things in the... Okay, well, there's probably hundreds of species we don't know that live in the ocean. The deepest part of the ocean is the Mariana Trench. And I believe that Aang can save the world. That just sounded like that. I believe that the Megalodon is still real, and I believe that all of the prehistoric creatures that went extinct are still down there.
That are fish.
Yeah, the aquatic prehistoric animals. Like, how can we prove that they aren't down there?
Mm-hmm. I hate thinking about how big the ocean is, and I hate thinking of being in the ocean and there's just something huge right there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Because, like, this is something I do all the time. Whenever I'm sitting here, I, like, look at the wall, and then I imagine a giant, like, shark head.
The wall is a shark head?
Yeah, because that's how big it could be. And, like, you're just swimming.
And you can't get away from that.
And it's just, like, that's just the top. That's just, like, it looking at you. Like, that's just its face.
Do you see those AI videos on TikTok that are, like, in the ocean and, like, there's, like, divers and then, like, all of a sudden, like, a big fish will come and, like, eat them out of, like, the ocean because you can't see very far away from you in the water? Have you seen those videos where, like, they'll, like, you don't actually see them die, but they'll, like, get close to dying and it scares you so bad because the sound's like,
Yeah.
that's so scary. And that makes me be so scared every time. Every time. I know it's fake, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think that would scare me more than any horror movie.
Yeah.
Like, I think, like, more than, like, the paranormal movies.
Yeah, because
More than...
real.
Because
It's
last...
just there.
Oh, my gosh.
Being in... Okay, that's something else I don't understand. It's like the same thing as the freaking space. Whenever you're in the ocean, there are some parts where it's like just like endless down, endless that way, endless, endless, endless. Where are the freaking creatures? There's so
Away
many
from
like
you.
diver videos, but like as far as you can see, there's not a single creature, and you're like it's.
Well, because the deep sea creatures live...
I'm talking about any creatures.
Well, I think that most creatures either live on the bottom or on the top. I don't think they necessarily live in the middle very often. Because there's nothing there, there's no resources.
Oh.
I think they just travel through the middle. Because, like, I mean, like, whales would use the middle because they would need to surface, but there's not a million whales to where you'd see one at every turn, you know? Because, like, fish can't eat anything in the middle, and they can't sleep in the middle. It would be like a crazy thing to, like, go up there just to exist, and then it's mealtime or nighttime, and then you have to go all the way back down, or, like, to your, like...
Yeah, I was just talking about it as like it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's like, where are all they?
Well, I had never thought of that before.
I always think of that every time I see a diving video, and like
It's like, where's the fish?
it's like them, and
It's
then
like,
like a
where's
giant
the
like just blue abyss.
But also, the fish could be really close. You just cannot see that far in water.
I guess.
Like, you really can't. Because, like, okay, to be fair, these are AI videos, but, like, in the videos, you can't see the big scary thing coming at you until it's
Too
there.
close.
Until
I
it
think
is
that's a
there.
little. I think you can see further than that.
You think so?
Yeah,
I guess when you're in the pool, you can see pretty far.
yeah. Especially if
But also, you're
The
at the
water-
surface and there's light.
yeah, and there's also
If you're deep enough for a giant thing to come and eat you, I don't think you're...
there's still
I think
light.
I think you're too deep for the light to be, like, that bright enough to where you can
That's
see.
not true. The light can reach pretty far down.
Yes, I know, but I don't think it's going to be bright enough to, like, really
Yeah,
help
but I
ya.
still think you can see far enough. It's not like it's gonna be invisible and then all of a sudden it's there.
Right, you
You'll see something.
And
You'll
you probably
see.
feel it, too. Because you can, like, feel the moves of the water.
Ew, I've never thought of that.
Because, like, you, like, feel, like, pressure on you. Is that real?
No, I don't. Because like whenever you're, I don't know. Ew, imagining like you're just like in like the water like diving and then you just like feel like and then you turn around and there's like a silhouette coming at you,
Oh no.
and it's just like getting
Oh
bigger.
no. I
I
would close my eyes. I would close my eyes and accept my fate.
I don't think I could express how terrified I am of the ocean.
You know what I would do? Take my
Oh,
mask off.
yeah.
Take my mask off and take a deep breath.
Yup. If I saw a silhouette,
Just a silhouette.
if I saw a silhouette of anything, and I was in the ocean for whatever reason, I would be like,
Take that deep breath.
it's like a weird. I have like such a mixed emotion about the ocean because I am so terrified of it. But it's also my biggest curiosity.
I love the ocean in the sense of beach days and pirates and mermaids. I'm not going in there. I'm on the surface. I'm in a cove. Not a cove. I'm like on the beach. I'm in a little lake. Maybe. Like, I'm not gonna be in the ocean. I'm not gonna scuba dive. No.
I would scuba dive.
You have. No, you haven't. I would
I
do it.
snorkel.
Yeah, you snorkeled. I would do it as like a tourist attraction. Like where
Well, I
there's gonna
wouldn't
be a
go
lot of
just
people.
by myself.
Yeah, but I mean like where there's like a lot of people. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't do like a class or like an expedition or anything where it's like 4 people going.
Oh, I would.
Yeah, you would. I would not. I would rather die. I think.
As long as there's a professional with me, I would go just one-on-one.
You know how I said that I'm like scared of like animatronics in water?
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much I was scared of animatronics in water until I started watching like oh my gosh. So I started watching these like videos that were like abandoned animatronics before and after.
Mm-hmm.
And the before would scare me. Cuz like it would even be playing like happy music in the before. Because it's like, "Oh, look at it. It's so happy."
Yeah.
And then when it went to the after and they're like all like decayed and like the paint is coming off and they're like and they're in the water. That is the scariest. It is so scary. Oh my gosh.
I want to watch all my summer shark movies now.
And I think that just comes from the fact that I'm also just scared of things in water. If it's in the water, I can't see it. I don't know what's there. I don't know why it's there, and I'm scared of it.
You know what I would swim with?
What?
A whale shark.
Why would you do that? Wait, what are those? Are those the ones that are like
Those are-
blue and like have polka dots on them?
Yeah, and they're like the biggest, like shark.
So why would you do
I
that?
think they're like the biggest.
I think I would. Oh my gosh. I think I have like megalophobia in the ocean.
Yeah.
Because
I
if
mean-
it's big and it's in real life, I'm not and like out. I mean, if it's out of the water, I'm not scared of it. But if it's big and it's in the water,
You're
Kill
not
me.
scared of big things on land?
like an elephant,
Oh, so true.
like elephants are on land and they're huge.
Yeah.
Giraffes, like I'm not scared of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would be scared if it was running at me, but that's different. Like a fish, like a whale. No, I know stuff about whales. Like I know that they're like they wouldn't eat you because their food is tiny,
Mm-hmm.
and so there would be absolutely no reason for them to hurt you.
Yeah.
But still,
Oh, it would be terrifying. It would be the same for me as like, okay, not that similar, but like a roller coaster. Like I would do it for like the exhilaration and like the whoa. Like I just saw this giant creature, bigger than a freaking elephant.
I think if I was in like a tank, maybe I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I could not do a cage.
Oh.
I could not do a cage. That's too close. I know it's the same. It would be exactly the same. But like the cage is open.
Mm-hmm.
spaces.
Yeah.
But like a tank is like you have a wall.
Yeah. I've been like going back and forth in my head if I would ever do a shark cage. I would want to so bad, but I would also be actually like diarrheaing into the ocean. Because sharks are so scary, like they just are.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen so many like divers with sharks and like they're just chilling, you know? But like still. Especially like if I almost cried. If I ever saw a great white shark
Those
in
are
the water,
big. That's like, is that it's like the size of that wall?
I'm gonna
or
start
bigger?
crying. Do you see this?
I almost started crying earlier when you first brought up the ocean and how big it was. I was like,
Because
actually, the tears were there.
I just thought of another. I think I'm more scared of orcas than I am of great white sharks.
Orcas are like fun, kind of, but seeing one in real life and being in the water with it is just terrifying. Terrifying, terrifying.
Because like I've seen videos on like my like social media of people being in the water and then people are like, oh my gosh, there's like a great white like there, like you got to get out, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then but
Oh my gosh.
if there's a video of an orca being in the water,
Are those bigger?
I'm out. I'm not like scrolling away, also watching, but like I'm like crying.
Are they bigger?
It's not like they're bigger. They can like be the same size, but sometimes
Why are they more scary to you?
I think it's because of the way they look and because I could be so wrong, but like I think they're more likely to be aggressive.
So that sounds familiar.
That's
to me.
why they're called killer whales.
So you would rather be okay, this is bizarre to me. You would rather go swimming with a whale shark than watch a video of a killer whale? Whale sharks look so much scarier to me.
That's so different. I
No.
would rather swim with a whale shark than watch a video of an orca.
That's what you said.
I did not say that.
Okay, but you said
I
you said
said-
I would go swimming with a whale shark, and then you were like, I don't want to watch that video.
Yeah, but that's so completely different scenarios.
Okay, that's true. So
You can't.
either way,
That's like saying.
I cannot believe either way, with you being scared of that, like I don't know, whale sharks look so much scarier to me because like they're the way their mouths open and then it's like
No, they're so
you can
cute.
see like their like bones in there.
They're so cute. They have 0% teeth.
Yeah, but you see their like ribs.
Yeah, so what? That's so cute. Like they're so
if
they're like gentle giants.
I like believe
know
you,
that?
but seeing that like in the water,
They're
like
like
next to
whales.
me, and then
It's
they
a whale.
open their mouth, I could just go in there and then like play the like xylophone on their ribs.
That would be mean.
I'm not going to.
But like any other whale other than a freaking orca, they're just like gentle giants. Like they're
And
just
you know
chilling.
that?
I mean, that's what I've been told by people I follow on TikTok and Instagram.
Okay, yes, I agree. That does sound cute. Yes. Maybe if they were a little smaller.
It's like Luna.
Maybe a lot smaller.
Luna's a giant dog, but she's just so sweet and gentle.
Yes.
Like kind of the same thing, just like much bigger.
Much bigger and in the ocean. And you can see their bones. Wait, I'm going to look up a picture.
Yeah, like freaking orcas terrify me. Absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, it's kind of cute, but also what?
What?
This is the inside of its mouth. Wait, with a bunch of fish in it. What the heck?
That is not.
Yes!
That's not a whale shark.
Look, it says whale sharks open mouth.
That's not a whale shark.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Let me see.
Yes, they're like cute if they were smaller.
That's not a whale shark.
That's pretend.
This is a whale shark.
Yes, I know. But then when it
Not
opens
the
its
same
mouth,
thing.
it said it was the same thing
It's lying to you. This is a whale shark opening its mouth.
with fish in it. So if the fish are gone, you can see
No.
its ribs.
This is fake. This is fake, or it's a freaking like another fake picture of a prehistoric creature.
It's still scary. That one is.
Yeah. This is a whale shark.
Ew. They didn't make it too much better.
I know. This is a whale shark.
It's like showing me a picture. Being like, this is not a zombie. This is a zombie.
Yeah. What I would give to see a whale shark in real
You just
life.
did.
In real life.
Yeah, that
This
looks...
is a whale shark compared to a human swimming next to a whale shark.
No way. No way. No way. That's so scary. Oh my gosh.
It's like beautiful.
You know what I'm thankful for? I never have to go scuba diving. I don't have to be in a situation.
Now look up
Orca?
yeah. Oh my gosh.
So you can be scared?
It's like not okay,
They
just
don't look scary to me. They look like
looking at-
dolphins.
yeah, looking at orcas isn't going to scare me, but like seeing it in the ocean I think is what's going to scare me. Like seeing it
Okay, this is a little...
swimming around and like thinking of it swimming around scares me. They're like cute
you.
until you just like think about them just like swimming
Ew.
around in the depths.
Yeah, like where are their eyes?
Right. But anyways, yeah. I literally love the ocean. Another thing that's crazy. This is going to be so crazy to say, but my most favorite thing to learn about in like the Bible is Leviathan.
I hate that. I hate that
Cuz that is
more than
the
anything you've ever said in your life.
most fascinating and most like that was the thing that I wanted to believe the most.
I know you talked about it as much as you could, and it scared me.
Yeah.
You know what? I had never heard that story till you told me.
Wow. Because like imagining like the biggest creature you could ever imagine and it's just living at the depths of the ocean right now.
Is it canonically alive right now, or is it like
Yes.
sleeping and like waiting?
Well, it's like it could be sleeping, but it's alive down there right now.
Yeah. Don't ever say that again. I would prefer to not imagine that.
And it's like
I'm gonna be dead before we ever find out
like
if he's
it is
gonna come up
supposed to
here.
be so giant. So that means the ocean, like the depths where it is, has to be so giant. Like how can it be that big? Because whenever I think of like the depths of the ocean, every time we talk about depths of the ocean, there's always just like nooks and crannies, but like because like the Mariana Trench, like in caves like that, it's like a mountain upside down.
But there could be space
Yeah, that's
under it.
like there has to be because like there has to be. I believe that the megalodon is still.
It's just
existing.
lower.
I just think it's deep.
Yeah, because it would have no use for coming up here.
Yeah.
And it would probably be very ugly.
Yeah, and the freaking anglerfish, I thought that was big.
Me too.
I thought that was supposed to be like the size of that freaking like desk.
Yeah, because I thought it was, big, like huge. Because the pictures were like really zoomed in, like on the beach, so there was nothing for scale.
Yeah.
And so it really just looked
And then
huge.
the picture of them holding it in their hand, I was
Yeah.
like, what?
Because I was scared. I was like, scared of it. I was like, why are big things washing up on shore? But I think that was like the whole point of like the post was
Oh,
like
yeah.
to scare you into being like, Uh-oh.
The ocean's depths are coming to the surface.
Yeah, and they're huge and scary, and they're gonna, like, something bigger than this fish drove it to the surface. Like, that's so
yeah.
scary. But it's, like,
Literally
the size
like,
of a golf ball.
yeah.
It's so tiny.
That's so
It's still strange how it got up there, but also not as scary.
the little like stories of like people being like, oh, just saw a light bigger than its light. Like it never got to see its light or something like that because it was like the sun and it wanted to see.
Oh.
Like there were
Like
like
it's-
silly little like cute
Yeah.
stories of like how it got up here kind of thing.
Right.
It's like, oh, it just saw a bigger light than its light and it wanted to see what it was and kind of thing and it swam up and
Or it just wanted to see the surface. Or it was trying to evolve. It's like,
yeah.
let's go up there.
Yeah. Or it was chased up here.
Yeah. Which, it being chased up here is way less scary because it's small. Because
Yeah, but
honestly, anything.
whales eat krill.
True, but it's true. Yeah, that's very true.
So it's
But also, it doesn't have to be something bigger.
right. I'm just saying,
like
with-
back
in the
before.
ocean, giant creatures eat small things.
Right, true. But if the giant creature eats something that's small, then it's not going to eat us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Well, maybe.
if we follow the rule of the whale.
Yeah.
I don't even know if its mouth can open big enough. Like maybe that's why it only eats small things. I made that up. I know that its teeth are like brushes, like
Yeah, that's
because
so
in
weird.
Nemo, learned that.
Yeah. I want to watch science videos now.
Love that for you.
Not science, like ocean, like marine science.
Oh, I would
videos.
like to not do that with you.
What?
That's like my horror movie. We could watch. I do like shark movies.
I love. Oh my gosh. We should watch 47 Meters Down. I haven't
can
seen
do
that in a long time.
We can do that maybe.
Anyways, I think that's a good note to end off on. So, thank you so much for watching or listening or whatever it is you're doing. And we will catch ya next week's episode, I guess.
Yeah.